Hi. Y'all, I'm not on camera right now. I'm going to be on camera a little later. I'm only going to be on for a short minute, y'all. Not because I'm coming back on at 5. Well, 5 my time, which is about an hour and a half. It's going to be 8 o'clock y'all time that I'm going to come back on. Well, the people on East Coast, should I say. 8 o'clock East Coast time. I'm going to come back on and we are going to talk about childhood traumas, okay? But I wanted to come on. Hey, everyone. Kim, Yolanda, Talisa, Corvanda, Rachel, Jessica, Lexi. I see Kevin, the wannabe prophet, D, Jade, Patrice, Anita, Michelle, Shaniqua, Linda, Rima, Gwen. Hey, everyone. I think I got everybody this time. Mrs. Rogers, Tangela, Dora, Big J in the house. Rachel, hey, girl. Deanne, Pretty Diva, Tracy. I see y'all. Thank y'all so much for showing up. I do appreciate y'all. Y'all just don't know. Y'all are everything right now. You know what I mean? Like with everything that's going on, y'all are like just very uplifting and everything. And I really do appreciate that. And thank y'all also for helping and being a part of my podcast talk show because I really want to take this somewhere. You know what I mean? Talking about childhood traumas and toxic relationships, you know. So but let me just talk about this right quick because we are going to come back again if you just coming in. Hey, it's my soft skills, Joey, Tinkers, Valerie, Deborah, Janet. I see y'all, Jen, Janet. I said you, Lottie, Deanne. I don't know if I said you. Okay. Um, I'm coming back on. If you just hopped on, I will be back on in about an hour and a half. We have a story from a young lady that wants to speak on childhood traumas. I can't remember if it was D or Kimberly, but I'm going to drop the link. Make sure everybody click the like button as well. Thank you, Talisa. I want to talk about real leadership, okay? And the name of it, I changed the title. I had something else and I changed it to Get Out Your Feelings. Leaders Have High Emotional Intelligence. Now, the reason why I want to talk about that is we have men, okay? And I don't want y'all to think I'm a male basher, but I just got to keep it real. And I'm coming from an avenue of my military experience because y'all know I worked around a lot of men, but also my own husband, okay? I have to say this. And our sons, we have 3 sons. Leaders, men supposed to be leaders in the household, right? Yes, we know that men get emotional just like women do. But real leaders, if y'all ever had real leaders in your life, you know they operate from a high emotional standpoint, emotional intelligence standpoint. What I mean by that is they're able to keep it together. They're able to not allow their emotions to lead them. They lead their emotions. They don't allow their emotions to lead them. And I'm saying all this because of Kevin Wesley. I'm just going to keep it real. Kevin Wesley is a man, y'all, supposed to be a man with 2 wives. Okay, that's what he say. That's what he promotes. You know, we know it's a wife and a girlfriend or baby mama, whatever. But he comes off in front of 900,000 people as a leader of his household. You cannot be a leader and wear your emotions on your sleeves. You cannot be a leader and be in your feelings. Do you understand where I'm coming from? You cannot lead. You cannot be a leader and be in your feelings. Can you imagine the president of the United States being all in his feelings? People call him names. People say somebody's wife. People say somebody's kids. People say somebody's dog. And he breaks down. He breaks down like a M16. You cannot be a leader. The old saying, if you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen. You can't be a leader, a real leader, if you can't take the heat. Do you understand what I'm saying? So the fact that he's so upset with Brianna for striking his page, because that's what he's upset for, y'all. This has nothing to do with his brother. Trust me when I tell you this. This man sent her an email and said, if you take away the strike, I will not mention your name ever again. So if it was about his brother, and if he cared so much about making his brother, what did he say? Making Brianna take accountability and his brother clear his name, he wouldn't have never put in the email, if you take this strike back, I will never mention your name again. Those his words, not mine. What's going on when she ignored that email and never responded, didn't take the strike back, didn't do anything, the man got into his feelings. He got into his feelings, and he's still in his feelings. And that is why he's doing what he's doing. Okay. That's why he's on this rampage and having all these people try to rally, bully, and harass her, because he's in his feelings. He is operating from a low emotional intelligence right now. He wants to deem her as being what do you call her? A something terrorist. What did he call her? A emotional terrorist. I think that's what he called. He is operating from low emotional intelligence. And I challenge him to go look this up and study on that, because you can't be a man in your home and lead two women in your home operating from low emotional intelligence. Real men, real leaders, they do not wear their emotions on their sleeves. You will never find a real leader going off the way Kevin has gone off. If you look on Sly Sleuth page, because I didn't get all the text messages yesterday, I got only maybe 5 or 6 messages that he actually wrote and they highlighted on their platform. But Sly Sleuth listed all of them, and it's like 10 of them or whatever. It's a lot of them, y'all. This man was ranting. Real men don't rant. Leaders don't rant like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Leaders know how to keep it together. They don't rant like that. He was ranting. This man is operating from a low emotional intelligence level. He wears his emotions on his sleeve. He is the very example of, I can't take the heat, but I want to stay in the kitchen. No, no, no. No, no, no. If you can't take the heat, and what I mean by the heat, that's people talking about you, people talking about your family, because if you're going to be a leader, let's just be honest here. What colonel, what commander, for my military folks, what commander, what first sergeant, what battalion commander, what general, what CEO, what CEO, what president, what manager, what person in leadership have never been talked about? Name one. Name somebody that you know that's been in leadership and they didn't talk about them. They didn't talk about what they look like, how they lead, they family, whatever, they car, they shoes, they whatever. Every leader gets talked about. If you put yourself in a position to be the leader of someone, you're going to be talked about. You can't take the heat, but you want to be a leader. You're supposed to be the leader of your household. You have 900 plus followers, but you can't take the heat. I don't get it. You cannot be a leader and you can't take the heat because you're not a leader. Leaders brush that stuff off. They brush it off their shoulders because they understand it comes with the job. It comes with the position. You can't have a woman out here leading better than you if you're supposed to be a man, especially if you the leader of your household. How is it that your wives, your 2 sister wives, are better leaders than you? You can't hold it together for them. You cannot hold it together for them. He needs to pick and decide, am I going to be a leader with high emotional intelligence, which means you can't be in your feelings. You can't get in your feelings and lash out at somebody. That is definitely not being a good leader. A good leader comes from a point of, even if Brianna, even if Kevin don't like Brianna, no matter what she's done, if Kevin don't like her, a good leader would come from this avenue. You know what? And I'm gonna put myself in his shoes right now. If I was in his position, a good leader would say, you know what? I don't like her behavior. I don't like her behavior against my brother, but she's learning. She's still learning. She needs to grow. She has time to grow, and she needs to grow. And all we could do at this point is pray for her and encourage her to grow. A leader don't throw his soldiers under the bus. That's not what leaders do. A leader don't point out faults in someone else. No, no, no. That's not what leaders do. They don't do that. They look at someone and say, you know what? They need growth. They need maturity. And guess what? They have time for that. They need molding. They need gelling. Real leaders don't point out flaws of a subordinate or someone that's of a lower status than they are. Trust me when I tell you this. You're not going to find a commander dogging out a subordinate in front of everybody. Because if you do, he's not a good leader. What he's going to do is he going to chew him out. Now, don't get him wrong. He going to pull him to the side and he going to get them together. He going to get them together. But he ain't going to do it in front of the whole company, y'all. The reason being is because if he's the leader and he's dogging out a subordinate, it shows what type of person he is. You can't lead by tearing somebody down. That's not what leaders do. Leaders build. And if you don't believe me, look it up. Leaders build. They build. What type of leader are you if you can't build? Leaders do not tear down. Leaders do not wear their feelings. That's what I say. That's what my grandbaby said. Feelings. They don't wear their feelings on their shoulder. They just don't. Now, they may get home and say whatever they want to say to their spouse because that's their spouse. You understand what I'm saying? You have pillow talk with your spouse all the time, and you say stuff that you're not going to say in public. For Kevin to come out and tell a group of women to continue bullying and harassing Brianna, because that's what he did. Let's just keep it 100. He told a group of women, keep bashing her. Keep the pressure on. Keep your foot on her neck. That's what he did. That is not operating from a high emotional intelligence. That is not being a leader. That is not leading. Leading would have been, you know what? I appreciate all y'all have done to try to, clear my brother's name, but she's immature. She's 31. She's much younger than we are, because you got to think they got her by a decade. You understand what I'm saying? They have her by a decade. She's much younger. She needs growth and maturity, and we need to allow that. Instead of tearing her down, okay? Instead of tearing her down and dragging her through the mud, let's pray for her. Let's show her how it's supposed to be done. Let's teach her. That's what leaders do. That's what leaders do. So when he want to call her emotional terrorist, he needs to call himself, he lacks emotional intelligence. He's a leader of his home, supposed to be, of 2 women and a bunch of kids, but you lack emotional intelligence. But you're supposed to be the leader. You're supposed to be a man A man that lacks emotional intelligence is a very weak man. And I'm just being honest. I'm being honest. You do not want to be led by a man that lacks emotional intelligence. You can't have two weak individuals in a home, and women, hear me, I'm not calling us weak, but we are the weaker vessel. That's what they say. That's what the Bible says. We are the weaker vessel, okay? We supposed to be. We the weaker. We were created to be the weaker vessel. How you gonna, if you the wife and you got a husband, he lack emotional intelligence and you're the weaker vessel, what do you got going on in your home? You crying, he crying, what the hell is going on? What is going on? Both of you guys weak. Who is leading in the home? Who is leading? Who is the leader? She the weaker vessel. You lack emotional intelligence. What is going on in the home? So I challenge Kevin to look at his own term that he deemed Brianna to be, which is an emotional terrorist. I challenge him to find out why he has low emotional intelligence, low to none, low to zero emotional intelligence. Again, for those that just came in, he said out his own mouth, this is not about Robert anymore. This is not about Robert anymore. I want her, whatever he said, right? He want her gone, destroyed, ended, finished, whatever the words he used. Don't quote me on it. This is because he's in his feelings, y'all. He's in his feelings about a strike. She struck his page, took away his, I'm sure it was a huge income. I'm sure with 900,000 followers, you making some cheese. You making some money. I'm sure you are. I'm sure you're making money. So when he sent that email, he told on himself. He said, if you take back this strike, I will not mention you again. But the fact she did not take it back, now he is in his feelings. Nothing to do with his brother. Nothing to do with his brother. So I challenge him, while he wants to call someone an emotional terrorist, explain why you lack emotional intelligence. Why are you wearing your emotions on your sleeves? Why aren't you operating in the capacity in which you was designed to operate in? And that is a leader. You the man. Men want to be men. Men want to be in charge. Men want they want the luxuries of being in charge and the pat on the back and the attaboys and all that stuff for being the man. But are you operating in that capacity? The men are supposed to be the leaders. Are you operating in that capacities? Leaders build, do not tear down. I cannot stop saying that. I will forever say that. Leaders build. I have been led by a lot of good leaders. From my own relationship, my husband is a leader. No matter how much in the beginning of our marriage, I tried to fight that and I tried to be in charge and I tried to tell him what to do. And I tried to say, you can't tell me what to do and you can't control me and blah, blah, blah. Men are leaders. And we as women have to allow our men to lead. Okay. And I've also been led by men in the military. Now, I ain't going to say they was always the smartest leader or whatever the case may be. But guess what? I respected them for their position. I respected them for the position, not the person, but the position. If you're in charge of me, you're my leader, I'm going to respect you for the position. Okay? He's supposed to be in a position of two women, so he claims. but yet he lacks emotional intelligence. He lash out like a weaker vessel. Let me say that again. He lashes out like the weaker vessel. What are you teaching? What are you teaching your sister wives? What are you teaching your daughters? You have a man here that's supposed to be the leader, supposed to be building, but you're lashing out like you're the weaker vessel. So I'm gonna read some of y'all comments because I wasn't reading it. I do apologize. But y'all know when I start talking, I like to talk. And it was on my heart. And that's why I brought it to y'all today, because it was on my heart. I said, wait a minute. I've worked around a lot of men, and sometimes how I think comes off kind of rough, and I've been told that by my female friends and whatnot, my non-military female friends, because my female military people, they get it. They act just like me, to be honest with you. They come off a little strong. But I've been led by a lot of male leaders. Majority of my supervisors in the military has been men. I think I may have had one, maybe two females, but it was short-lived as leaders, as my leadership. But most of them were men. So I know how men are. I know how they act. I know how they think as far as how they lead. I get it. I know this. But they take a lot. But they're designed to take a lot. Thank you, Tinkers. I love it, Hua. But they're designed to take a lot. Men they designed to, and I'm using this word loosely, but they're designed to take a licking and keep on ticking, if you know what I mean. They don't get so emotional and be like, you talked about my family. Men don't do that. They don't do that. The weaker vessel does that. You talked about me. You said something about me. You hurt my feelings. Men don't do that. Now, don't get it wrong. Don't sit here and think that I'm saying men not supposed to have emotions, men not supposed to have feelings. Trust me when I tell you that is not what I'm saying, okay? But men are designed to keep it together. They build. The things that come out of their mouth is to build you, not to tear you down. Or should I say that's what it's supposed to be. Weak men tear down. Somebody write, weak men tear down. I'll wait. Weak men tear down. I'll wait. Thank you. Weak men tear down. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And the reason why I say that is because a leader builds. A leader builds. A leader builds. If you was in the military and you was a leader and you cannot build your company, you cannot build your team, you will be removed from your position. If you're tearing down your company, you're tearing down your squad, you're tearing down your battalion, if you are tearing down, you will be removed from your position. And I'm sure y'all have heard a lot of people in the military have lost their position. They were taken from the position. Someone would, put out the military. Someone was just removed from that position and put into another position of lower status because leaders supposed to build. Leaders are supposed to build. Men are supposed to be leaders. They do not tear down. Kevin's saying, continue on. Good job, y'all. Keep your foot on her neck. I don't care if you keep doing it until after she's locked up. What are you teaching, Kevin? What are you teaching someone that you have by a decade? What are you teaching? Would you do that to your daughter? We know you would do it to your niece, but would you do it to your daughter? We know you would do it to your sister, but would you do that to your daughter? Would you do that to your daughter? And I understand you are not Brianna's dad, but you're still supposed to be a leader because you're over her. And what I mean by over her, you have her by a decade. You have her by a decade. She, in your eyes, made decade younger mistakes than you, meaning that she's making mistakes 10 years younger than you. You're supposed to be allowing her to make mistakes and learn from them. Now, I'm not saying Brianna sharing her story and standing in her truth is a mistake, by no means, because she should tell her truth and stand in her truth. Tell her story and stand in her truth. But she made some mistakes along the way, i.e. the picture. She made a mistake, but she owned it. So should she be torn down and cremated because she made a mistake? Because you, Kevin, think she should be destroyed. What type of leader are you? What type of leader are you where you're ready to destroy someone? Thank you, Gwen. I think that's called a super chat, a super sticker. Hey, y'all, I don't know if y'all know, but I am monetized now. So I can receive these super stickers and all this good stuff. And I do want to thank y'all for helping me become monetized. Thank all of y'all. Appreciate it. So thank you, Gwen. And I also have membership that you guys can join. We'll talk about that another time, but I do have membership level. I will be doing lives and sharing things with just members sometime outside of, everybody and their mama being able to hear it. Okay. So if you want to become a member, please, you can support me by becoming a member. That would be absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Thank you. Thank you. I know I was shocked when they sent that and said I was monetized. I'm like, what? How in the world? Yes, you can subscribe to and become a member. Thank y'all so much. I do appreciate y'all. I wasn't not expecting it, but I was just like, dang, because Facebook, they struck my page down so much on Facebook. I'll never be monetized on Facebook, honey. Them jokers, they whatever. But let me read some of y'all comments. My brother is a captain in the Air Force and he builds. He gets tore down as well, but can eat that. Tanya, that is true. As a leader, you trust me, you can't be wearing your feelings on your sleeves. People, your subordinates will call you weak. They will call you, your subordinates will make you feel like quitting. But you got to understand why you're not there to be nobody's friend. You have to understand your purpose. In leadership positions, you have to understand your purpose. Your purpose is not to be friendly with people. Your purpose is not to go out and eat lunch and hee ha ha with people. I'm not saying that you can't eat lunch with your subordinates. But you got to think about it. You ain't here to be friends. You're here to lead. If you're here to be friends and want people to tell you everything that you like to hear, get out the leadership position, because it ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. If you are a leader, trust me, you're going to always have someone that think that you shouldn't be a leader. And you're going to have someone that think that they can do the job better than you. So they're going to take jabs at you. But guess what? Leaders have to be able to take it. Now, listen, we had a black president back in 2008 until Trump came into office. Do you not think that he got jabbed at? And I don't mean like physically jabbed, but you don't think people took jabs at him? Every second of the day, I'm sure. Every second of the day, they said things trying to tear this man down. His wife, his kids, his dog, his in-laws. Come on. He's a leader. Him and his wife are leaders. They led by example. They don't tear down. They build. He took it and kept it moving. Took it and kept it moving. Who are y'all talking about? You guys don't even admit when she's wrong, and some of the disrespectful things he said and did, you set up here and you accommodated it as if it's okay when it's not. Accountability is not a leader. What are you talking about? What did she do wrong that I accommodated it? Tell me. Tell me. What did she do wrong that I accommodated? She's coming from an emotional standpoint as well. We have to understand sometimes. So, and let me tell you, more often than not me putting women down, but let's just keep it 100. More times than not, women, we operate from an emotional standpoint, period. Most women, and that's why somebody said, "Oh Lord, we ain't ready for no woman president." But there's a lot of other countries that have women presidents, right? We just haven't got one yet. We got a woman VP. One day we will have a woman's president, right? But more than none, we operate women from an emotional standpoint. We operate from an emotional standpoint, meaning sometimes our emotions be laid on so thick that we will say things that we don't mean. We will come out our mouth so quick. We would come out our mouth so quick with things that hit below the belt. And then we have to say, oh man, I shouldn't have said that. Because sometimes we don't think. We so emotional. We get so upset and bothered by something that you said and done. And we just spat off. And then we have to stop and think, like, good God Almighty, what did I just say? I know I hurt this person's feelings. I know I shouldn't have said that. Like, dang, we think about it later. But leaders, guess what? When you take jabs at them, you say things to them, they stop and they think about it. Because even my husband, I remember my husband told me, he said, babe, now I'm not gonna sit here and act like that we always had it together and that I was always the good wife. Because Lord knows, Lord knows I didn't gave him hell. But I remember him saying to me one day, and this was years ago, he said, babe, if I said even half of the things that you said to me, you wouldn't be able to take it. I said, what you mean? What you mean? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? He said, some of the things that you say to me when you're upset, if I said even half of what you said, you would never let me live it down. I had to think about that for a minute. So, and then I said to myself, why don't my husband cuss me out? Why don't he call me out of my name? Why don't he do that? You want to know why he don't? Because he is a leader. He thinks before he speaks. He think about things because let me tell you what he think about. He thinks about the consequence of saying that. He don't think about how it's going to make me feel right now. He think about how it's going to make me feel 5 years from now, 10 years from now. So he thinks before he speaks. Me, on the other hand, I kind of do now. I think before I speak now, in a sense. In a sense. It depends. But half of the time I spurt off stuff, say stuff, because I ain't thinking about how he gonna feel about it 5 years from now. I be thinking about how can I affect him right now? How can I get up under his skin right now? But a leader thinks about the consequence for years on down the line. In the future, they think about the consequences for the future. If I say this, if I say that, I'm going to still have to deal with this and hear about this next year, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, whatever the case may be. So I just want to hop on, like I said, I'm gonna drop the link for anybody that want to come up and caveat off of what I'm saying. And I'm gonna read some of these comments. I am going to drop the link. Even if you understand where I'm coming from. Hey Deborah, if you understand where I'm coming from, or if you know someone that's not a leader, a male that's not a leader. Okay, Timothy says she apologized to her man for him beating on her. She needs help. Tell her to send you a message of her blinking. What? She probably apologized to her man. Maybe you're talking about something different. Hey Terry.
Hey, sister, how you
She needs
doing?
help. Tell him to send you a message of her blinking. I'm not sure what Tim mean on that one. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I am good. I just had to, I just wanted to talk about that because I was thinking about him last night and I was like, he is not acting in his capacity. He's not performing in his capacity. What do you think about that?
I agree totally. And I was just discussing what your topic was with my husband because, you guys being that military and him being the retired chief that he is, being in a leadership role, he agreed with you 1,000% that you can't function on emotion, as especially him being a man and being in the leadership role that he was in. You have to function in an intelligent, um, in a leadership role in leading your soldiers, because you may not like anybody's personality or the way that they
Mhm.
roll, but you have to lead them because in your capacity in the military, especially with you being over there, you should post your pictures over there in the castle when y'all overtook the what was it, Osama's castle.
Osama Osama's sons. It was his son's castle.
Yeah, you should
The
post your picture
palace.
of that. Now that was
Mhm.
hot. But
Yeah,
your decisions could be a matter of life or death for those people.
absolutely.
So they have to understand that, you being a woman, because we are emotional creatures, because our
Mhm.
souls love deeper, and men may not understand that. Like, I love my wife deeply, but we automatically connect from our souls. Like, when a woman gives a man her body, a man can just go sleep with somebody and not just be an act to them. When a woman gives a man her body, they are giving that man their mind, body, and soul. That is not just an act to a woman. And them not
Right,
being women, they don't understand that. So
right,
we actually connect emotionally with a man on a different level. So when that pain hits, it hurts a little bit different. That cuts a little bit different. So our automatic response is to be emotional creatures.
right.
And we do think about consequences later. We
Yes, that's
do.
absolutely true.
And then as
Absolutely.
we age and we learn, you know, repetition is repeating the same things over and over, expecting a different result. That's the definition of insanity. And we
Right.
grow and we're wiser. We're able to give that wisdom back to the younger generation. Like,
That's
no,
what we're
sis,
supposed to do. We're supposed to give it back to them, not judge them on where they are. We're supposed to teach them. We're supposed to
exactly.
teach our youth. We're not supposed to look at what they're doing and act like we did things a whole lot better at that age. We're supposed to be a little bit more understanding of where they are and where we are. Because what happens when you know better, you do
You
what?
do
You
better.
do
You
better.
do better.
When you
And
know better, you do better.
that's exactly what we've been doing. And they don't need to know exactly the conversations that we have with different people. That's not their business. They just need to know we share our wisdom with whoever steps forward.
Exactly.
They don't
And
know what our emotional maturity is and what our
right.
emotional intelligence is. All they do is
Absolutely.
throw pot shots from the other side.
Right.
But
And
real G's move in silence.
right. And we teach. We don't drag, we don't bash, we don't harass, we don't do that to our youth. We build and we teach our youth. We not saying that you can't see something somebody doing and say, "Oh man, they need to change their life and this, that, and the other." But to sit there and harp on it and harp on it and harp on it and harp on it for what?
For
For what?
what?
What are
For
we what are we giving them? We're not giving them anything. What are we teaching them? We teach them that once we get this age, we can look down at them and say, "Ooh, look how filthy and nasty," and just talk about them like trash. That's not queen material.
Not at
That's not
all.
operating from your queen standpoint. For a black woman to try to tear down a younger black woman is probably one of the most disgusting things ever.
And
You
you know
teach.
what? That's part of
Excuse
breaking.
me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
No, no, no. We're talking. You hold on a second. Who
That's
is this
part of
anyway?
breaking generational curses as well, because that's one of the things that, and my mother didn't do it to me. I feel like I can go to my mother for anything. But don't you
Right.
think that that would make a female afraid to come to you if you were judgmental to
Yes.
them?
Yes. So much so. Yes, so much so. They should be able to come to any older person, older woman, and say, I need help. This is what I got going on. And they should be able to talk to any older woman that has been in their shoes and talk to them without getting cussed out, drugged, called all type of bees, names, and all this awful stuff. And the same with men. Older men should lead the younger men. That, you
Right,
know what I'm saying? They shouldn't tear them down and stuff like that. No, not at all.
right.
All right,
Eh,
who is this revenue person? I don't know if you know your camera is on.
Yes, my camera is on and
Okay,
things to
what you
that
what you got?
extent. I have an issue with you thinking that age justifies
Who
how
who am
a
I
person
speaking with?
conduct themselves.
Who
You're speaking with revenue.
who is revenue?
Me.
Who is me? Are
Revenue.
you the tea lady that called the news station on Brianna?
Yes, I am. I'm
You're
not here to be
you're
dishonest
filthy.
with you at all.
You're very
I don't want to
filthy.
sit up here and go back and forth. We are very mature, honey.
You're not
Let's
mature at
really
all.
be
What you
mature.
are, you're
Yes,
filthy.
ma'am, ma'am,
No,
ma'am,
I heard
ma'am.
you go off on.
I have
I
not
heard you.
sat here and went in.
I do not want to talk to that filth. Miss Lady, I don't want to talk to that filth. She's
How
filthy.
dare they come over here? What? Which? I missed that. Who was that?
That's the girl that called Brianna all types of names and went on the news station. Nobody want to talk to her ignorance. I don't
But
want
she
to talk to
came
her.
over here and said, ma'am, 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 when we heard how she talks.
I want to talk to someone that have some type of intelligence. She lacks
Wow.
intelligence. Let me tell you something about this woman right here. She don't know whose side she want to be on, because honey, she called a news station and went off on about Brianna. Then she went on her channel and drug Robert for filth. So I don't know why they even allow her on their panel. She can't come over here. She could keep it moving, honey. Right now, she's just trying to find a home. But I think she's special needs. And I'm not being funny, but I really do, because I've been on her page before, and she's special
Yeah.
needs. She doesn't
Mental health
know.
is very important. Mental health
Yeah.
is very, very important. And I'm realizing that now.
Mental health is very important. I'm telling you, when I tell you she went on a rampage about Brianna. Then she went on a rampage. She dogged out Lita. She dogged out Robert. She called them all type of names. I don't even know if it's still up on her page, but I don't understand how the other people allow her to speak on behalf of Robert when she dogged him out on her page. If you do not believe me, just go to her page, and I'm sure she still got the videos up there. This woman is sick, and right now I'm not in a cussing mood today, because I'm trying to behave myself. For one, because I'm monetized, but for two, I want to put out better content than that gutter degrading type content. But I know how to
Right.
get gutter, and I think I done showed them that I know how to get gutter, but not today. Not today. Hey
Right.
T,
Not
what's going on,
today.
T?
Hey,
Yeah, she
how
gutter. She can, if they want her on their panel, she can go back over there and get on her panel. This chick then dogged out Brianna, Robert, and Lita. Right now, she like mixed styles, just trying to fit in.
Trying to get somewhere to fit in. That
She
is
need a
crazy.
home. She just want a home, and this ain't it over here. We don't mix. I think she really needs some type of, I don't know. She do 2-hour lives and have one person watching the entire time. I will not sit there and talk to one person
One
for no
person.
2 hours, and I'm just keeping it real.
For real. For
She do
real.
2-hour lives and literally have one person watching.
Right, right. Well, I'm proud of you. I want to say that. Congratulations on getting monetized.
Thank you. I was shocked though. Like, what in the world? How was that possible? But YouTube a little bit different. And I would encourage anybody, if you have something to talk about and discuss, start you a YouTube channel. And I will help you from what I know. I ain't gonna sit here and say I'm a veteran, but whatever I know, I will let you know.
Well, I just wanted to let everybody know that I'm still here, but I've been advised to be silent. And I am still here. I'm still very vocal, but grown folks do what grown folks do. I will let everybody know my stuff has gone to the DA because I have not engaged anybody to deserve what I got. So Amora, you can talk freely about it because everything has gone to the district attorney.
Okay.
But we don't know what's going to happen regardless of it. Y'all know I'm a real G, and I'm going to keep it G, and I'm going to protect my nest. They don't have a clue who I really am. So that
Hmm.
person is irrelevant. And I've always said that, and I've never engaged that person. So that person has mental issues as well.
I believe so.
I
I
really
really
Absolutely.
do.
do believe so.
So,
Yeah, mental illness is definitely real, and it don't just affect women. It affect men too. It affect
Mhm.
men too. Some of these men
Mhm.
don't know their positions. Some of these men do not know how to operate in their position. So some of
Absolutely.
it, and it's due to mental illness. And mental illness is not just, oh, you crazy, you this, that, and the other. Mental illness can be insecurity. I don't know, is insecurity a mental illness? I think it is.
it is.
Depression,
Yeah.
anxiety,
Yeah, it
insecurity,
is.
all that stuff, PTSD, all that is mental illness. If you got something that went on in your childhood, your past that you haven't moved from, and you allowing that to lead guide you how you are now or whatever, then that's PTSD, post traumatic stress disorder. Something that happened in your past, traumatic. Post
Mhm.
traumatic stress disorder is a mental illness. So, a lot of people, believe it or not, if you have childhood traumas, you are dealing from post traumatic stress disorder. You have to deal with it. And what I mean by deal with it, you got to get help. You got to go sit on somebody's couch or get on somebody's phone, go read some self-help books. You got to do the work. Talk to Jesus, something.
Hallelujah.
You have to do the work. And in the Black community, a lot of times they try to say that therapy is not needed, but therapy, we need to get away from that stigma of seeking therapy in the Black community. Therapy, God gives those doctors the wisdom to help you. Go seek therapy if you need therapy. There is no stigma in saying I need help.
That's
There is
right.
none.
That's
Please
right.
do.
That's right. And listen, even don't even think that men don't need help either. You don't think these presidents and these senators and governors or whatever, you don't think they sit on
Yes.
somebody's couch? Even
Right.
police officers, they sit
Right.
on somebody's couch. Trust
Right.
me, you need someone to talk to. We're not the only ones that deal with it. You need someone to talk to, and it's great. Get it out. Say it. Say what's on your mind. Say it more than once and figure out. You got to learn what your triggers are, and you got to know how to deal with your triggers.
But you know what? More nowadays, there's a lot of men that are what am I trying to say? It's more men that go see doctors and psychiatrists now than women. Well, that I
Wow.
know of. Like in my family, I have a lot of male family members that talk to psychiatrists, that go seek help. They know that mentally something's wrong with them. I mean, it could have been a relationship, like you said, it could have been in their younger days.
Mhm.
I just want to speak on something. I get on this panel with you guys and I talk to you guys, I joke with you guys, but I am 37 years old
Mhm.
and I have been beaten down by someone
Mhm.
that I had loved. I
Uh-huh.
gave 2 children to. I was
Mhm.
7 months pregnant. This man shot me down some stairs, okay?
Mm.
Did you say shot you?
He shot me downstairs, pushed me
What?
down a flight of stairs. I was 7 months pregnant with his son.
Oh wow.
Jesus.
Um, I have been through a lot with this man, but I had to forgive him.
Mm-hmm.
I had to tell myself that I can't hold a grudge against someone who doesn't have a heart. He can't care for you. He can't care for himself if he can't care for you. And I
He can't
understand
care
what
for.
he
Yeah, go
can't
ahead.
care.
He can't
I
care for you
Yeah, if he
if
don't
he
care for
can't care for
himself,
himself.
right? And
Right.
I understand where Bree coming from when how they say, because I watched a video where they broke something down today, and they said she 1 minute she said he beat her, the next minute he didn't. Okay, if she did say that, I can agree because I did the same thing. You know why I did the same thing? I
You
have
wanted to
two
protect
kids with
him.
this man. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
want this man to go to jail. I didn't want
Mm-hmm.
my family to be on this man because at the end of the day, my kids still has a father, and they're gonna look at me as if you let someone hurt my dad. You know,
Right.
they're not
Mm-hmm.
gonna look at the fact that their dad was hurting me. They're gonna look
Right.
at the fact that that's their father. And I watch these stories and I comment and stuff, but it's like it takes me back to where I was 18, 17 years ago. I was young dealing with this, so I get where Bree's coming from. Like from the bottom of my heart, Bree, I am so sorry that this happened to you, and I
Mm.
know exactly how it feels to
Mm.
have a bunch of people tell you that you're lying
Girl, I feel you.
about your story.
Yes.
I know. So
Yes.
Brianna, just keep doing what you do, honey.
Right.
Keep living your life because I am 37 years old and can't nobody tell me that I'm lying. Can nobody make
Right.
me go back into that place? I am beyond and past that place, honey, and you will be the same. You will be past
Yes.
it. You will
Yes.
be past it. Just let them
Mm-hmm.
keep talking because long as they talking, they're thinking about you. My grandmother told me growing up, long somebody talking about you, honey, they thinking about you. And when they
That's
stop
true.
talking, that's when you need to be worried. That's when you need to be worried. Don't worry
Yes.
while they talking.
Easy.
Worry when they stop talking. That's
Mm-hmm.
when you worry. So
Baby,
Yes.
I
Brianna,
am so sorry that this is so painful still for you. I am so, my heart is
Mm-hmm.
just so
You almost brought tears to my eyes too.
girl, I
Me
got
too.
tears in my
I
eyes.
understand. I
Mm,
understand where she's coming from being a young mother. I am a young mother
Mm-hmm.
also. And my kids had to watch it. My kids, my son, my oldest son can tell you a night how we walked in the rain. He would tell people this story. I had to stop him from telling people this story. How this man kicked us out the house and we walked in the rain from one side of town to the other. Now,
Mm.
these kids should not have to see stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said before I came up on this panel, just give it a minute. Brianna kids don't talk because that's what it took for me. It took for my kids to talk, for people to start believing me. These kids
Mm.
don't talk. Okay, these
Wow.
kids
Yep.
gonna talk. They know they
I
holding it
believe
back
it
because
too.
they holding it strong for you. But when they once they see how people keep downplaying their mother, they gonna start talking. And I hope it don't happen. But when my kids start talking that, my kids start talking in school. My kids
Mm.
start talking in school. They start
Mm-hmm.
telling people in school what was going on in my household.
Yep.
Jesus.
Yep.
Mm,
You right. I believe it too. And
mm.
you know what, Miss Lady, I 100% empathize with you because I know how it feels too. Y'all don't know if y'all heard my story about people not believing something that you come forward with. So I definitely empathize with you.
Yes, I do. I feel for this young lady. I feel for every time I see her get on there and I see she keep trying to build herself and she keep trying to build herself. And then there's always someone in the back trying to break her down. But let me tell you something. The ones in the back is breaking you down, baby, they're making you stronger. They're
Yes.
making you so stronger.
Yes,
So
she has
stronger.
become so
Because,
strong
honey,
through this. This
I
is
was
an
30.
experience she's never experienced before. You know what I mean?
Exactly, honey. I'm 37. I own my own home. I own my own business.
There
I,
you
I
go,
take care of
girl.
my own kids. I had to go through what I had to go through to get to where I'm at today. So you do you,
Nice.
Brianna. You do you, baby. You gonna get there. And when you
Yes.
get there, what they gonna say then?
Exactly. Yes, I love it. I love all this. I love it.
Hi, ladies.
Hey,
Hi.
Catherine, how are you?
I'm well. I've been missing y'all.
Hi,
Yes, where have you
Catherine.
been?
Um, recuperating.
Are you okay?
I am. I am. I am.
Okay.
I've been on the panel. I've just kind of been listening, for the last week or so. Because,
Okay.
hi, Miss Terry. Um,
Hi.
I want to just apologize to you because I took all that in um, with you, and that struck a nerve. But I'm gonna leave that alone because you handle it. I'm not for sure who Miss M is, but lady, I love you too.
Thank
Um,
you.
Miss you.
Is that Marlene or a different Marlene?
No, that's not Marlene. That's Miss Lady. What's your well, she might not want to reveal it, but it said on her profile, Miss Lady.
Miss Lady. Okay, well, hi, Miss Lady. I'm Lady K. Um, I just want to retract just a little bit. I mean, what she just said really touched me and brought tears to my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't mind, Amaria, how are you today, Amaria?
I am doing so wonderful. I am
Am I
doing great. Thank
am
you
I
for
making
asking.
a static noise? Do you hear a
Yeah,
static
it
noise?
is a static noise in your phone. I was gonna say that, but
Do I
is it?
need to go back out?
I mean, is it your? Are you on a phone or Bluetooth or something like that?
No, I'm just actually on my speakerphone, but I never heard it do this before.
Well, take it off speaker. Let me see if it does it.
Okay, hold on. Do I just hit the mic?
Yeah, just hit.
Yeah, it sounds like she's too close to the speaker. Probably got to pull
Let
back
me
a little
okay,
bit.
let me see if I turn my speaker. What about now?
Yep, that's better.
Say something
Yeah,
again.
that's good.
Is
That's
that
good.
better?
Yes.
Okay. I had my speaker up too high then.
Okay.
Um, how are you today, Amara?
I am doing well.
Good,
Definitely.
good, good, good. I always try to acknowledge everybody on the panel that I'm familiar with and acknowledge who I'm not familiar with. So I hope
Hmm.
all you ladies have been having a grand day and week. Um,
Yes.
you and Miss Terry hit on something very, very important, and so did um, Miss Lady right here.
Hmm.
I just want to retract back. I want to say my physical, mental, emotional abuse actually probably start. I keep hearing the static. It's kind of
Yeah, I'm hearing it too. You wanna let me remove you and then bring you back up and see if that helps.
okay. Then let's
Okay,
try
hold
it.
on. All
What
right, try
about?
again now, Catherine.
Do I sound better?
Say one
Talk
more
again.
thing.
How you doing? How you feeling? I'm just
Just
trying to
a
see.
little bit better. I'll let you
It's a
know if
little
you
bit
hear it again.
better. I don't hear too much of it, but I'm gonna leave my phone kind of away from my mouth. Might be because I'm in a different part of the house this time. But
Or it may
nevertheless,
just be a bad connection. I don't know, but
I'm gonna move up. Let me see if I move to the front of the house, if that helps.
okay.
Because usually this is where I am when I do my most of my talking.
Uh-huh.
Do I sound a little better?
No, Hey, log out and come back in.
Okay, that's what I do.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Until Catherine come back, we can continue to talk. She just have to log out and come back. So, what do y'all think about okay, I'm seeing somebody say something about men in the comments. Hold on. They said I just saw it. Wait a minute, that wasn't her phone.
That's not her, Mira Moore. That sounds like you.
Yeah, that's me. Oh, that wasn't her.
Yeah, that sounds like you.
Wait a minute, hold on. Hold on. All right, do y'all hear the staticky now?
No.
Mic one, check one, check. Okay, hold on. Say something, Miss Lady.
Nope, I don't hear it.
That's
Wait,
your phone,
that's
sweetie.
my phone. Okay, let me go out and come back in.
Okay, baby girl.
Okay.
All right.
Wow, Miss Lady has some powerful. I'm just so in awe because I mean, although
Yes.
I never experienced any kind of abuse, I'm in it because I teach my kids to stand up for the bullies, stand
Mm-hmm.
up for those that can't stand up for themselves because
Right.
You never know who might be thinking about going home and doing something to themselves because of things
That part.
happening to them at home. You never know who you might be their last hope. And you never know who needs somebody.
That's true. That's true. And we all we all have different levels in our life where we have to grow from. We can't sit here and say when we was in our 20s and 30s we didn't do things that when we got older we came back and said wow that we wouldn't do today. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things that we did in our youth that we would learn from and make better decisions today. And that's what I don't understand how these grown women, even some of the some that say they my age, 40, 50, late 40s and 50s, how can you sit there and just pick on someone when you know that you weren't squeaky clean at that age? Come on.
Right.
Right. I think T said it best on her live last night when she said, if you saw a bully sticking somebody's head in the toilet, are you going to be that person that walk past and just let it happen?
Mm.
Or are you going to intervene?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
How do you?
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I'm
And most
back.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say that most of these people, in my opinion, that does this is because this is what they used to. They're used to being dogged out, drugged, talked about, this, that, and the other. So they think it's okay to do it to someone else. And I don't know what type of leadership or example of leadership that Kevin ever received or saw. Because in my opinion, him and his brother don't operate from a leadership standpoint, a
No, that's like
leadership position.
normal behavior to them, and that's not normal. If you grew up in any kind of loving environment or any kind of you witnessed any kind of loving relationships, you'd be looking at it like that's not normal. To be called out your name, to be told to lick this or suck this, or to be drugged, to be choked, to be
Right.
manhandled in any kind of way or disrespected in any kind of way, you would say, no, that's not okay. That's not normal.
And you know
Mm-hmm.
what I like about another thing that I love about Brianna? Brianna has admitted, yes, I have childhood traumas that I have to deal with. I never dealt with my childhood traumas. Some men can't even just be honest with themselves and say, I'm dealing with childhood traumas.
Brianna have admitted a lot of things, and that's what I don't understand. That this woman has admitted a lot of things. Why can't y'all just leave her alone? Like she has admit her flaws. She also have admit his flaws. Like she letting you guys know it was flaws in the relationship.
Yep. And that it was a trauma bond is what brought them together. She said, had her mom not passed away, it's no way she would have even got with him. And I think that's also what bothers him.
I said before that when this all first started, and I'm always trying to look for the positive in everybody, he would have been respected more. And I don't believe it would have gotten Brianna back. It may have, it may not have, because initially she wanted her marriage back. She wanted him to be fixed. He
Mm-hmm.
would
Exactly. Ooh,
he
Terry. I
he
like
would have
that.
been he would have been respected more had he come out and admitted what he did, said he was remorseful, he took accountability and said, I'm going to get help.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that the industry would have respected him, his wife would have respected him, everybody on his platform would have respected him because he would have shown he was human and he made a
Mm-hmm.
mistake, took accountability as a man, and
Mm-hmm.
getting help for it and shown his journey.
I
And
think
another
people
thing that I
respect
think
him
that
more now if he was just to be a man. If he was to be a man now, he would get more respect. Still, like the
yeah.
fact that you're still not being a grown man about the situation.
Yep.
Like you're still not. Right now today, my kid's father will tell you, yes, I abused her. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, I wish I never did it. Yes, I wish I could take it back. He's a grown man about what he did. You got to stand up, be a grown man, and say, I did it. I apologize. I'm not going to do it again. It's not okay that you did it. Just because you apologize doesn't mean it's okay, but you're admitting you're wrong. Like,
Right.
stand up. Say, I did it. Stand up. Tell these people stop bashing her. Stand up. Tell these people stop bashing your daughter. Stand up. Be a man. Stop
Stand
sitting in your
10 toes.
sorrow. Stop
That's
sitting in
part
your
of being
sorrows.
that's part of being a man and being grown. It's
Hmm.
standing 10 toes down in your nonsense and owning it. And then what are you going to
Hmm.
do to
Because
fix it?
because if we looked at reality, let's be honest. If we just broke everything down like they say they love to break things down, right? If we looked at reality, deeply looked at reality, we will understand when he makes statements like, I never cursed her out or said anything out of the way until she said something to me first. We know that that's not even possible in no damn black marriage,
Relationship.
black, white, human marriage,
It ain't
whatever,
even got to
right?
be a marriage. It could be a black white human relationship.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We say things. It's times, trust me, at times in your relationship, because you got to understand it's two different individuals coming together trying to share love the way they know love. They love language. They speak in different
Mm-hmm.
love languages. It's not often that we all have the same love language. So because we share different love language, sometimes it's going to bring conflict into the relationship, into the marriage. So
Mm-hmm.
you can't sit here and tell me that it wasn't times when you may have had a moment, when that person have had a moment. We all have our moments. We all have our moments where we are wrong. You can't sit here and tell me that in this 6-year marriage, and I don't, he would no one could ever convince me. Even if Brianna came out and said she never done nothing wrong, I wouldn't believe her. No one should believe that someone never did anything wrong in their relationship. This man has taken no accountability except for two things.
Spoil.
And
He
it
said
ain't even a,
spoiling her.
he says spoiling her, and then he says cussing her out when she cussed me out first. You cannot sit here and tell me that every conversation, every argument, every whatever started with her. You cannot tell me that.
You know what that sounded like?
High school
That
or
sounded
middle
like
school.
no. That sounded like my 7-year-old coming home because I got a call home from school. Right, the teacher said, "Hello, Miss. Yeah, your son did such and such." He come home. I said, "Why did you hit that boy?" Oh, because he hit me first. That's what that
Hmm.
sounded like. That's
Yeah.
exactly what that sounded like. I'm talking to my damn 7-year-old. I'm sorry, Amor. You said no cussing. I'm talking to my 7-year-old, and I asked him, "Why you hit the boy?" He said, "Oh, because he hit me first." That's exactly what that sounded like.
Or you
And
Yeah.
stop
what we
touching me
supposed to
because you
do? We
touched me
supposed to
first.
tell the teacher.
Right.
We were
Like
supposed to
what?
tell the teacher, and we got hit
What?
first.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah,
you'll sound a whole lot better, Catherine. What was you saying earlier?
okay. Hi, ladies. I
Okay.
apologize. I don't know what was going on,
It's
but
okay.
I'm not going to linger on it too long. But it just kind of take. But I want to say this first, while it's on the top of my head. Um, those two brothers carry a condescending spirit.
Mm.
So a condescending spirit is what they're using on everybody. They're trying to use every day in their conversation, and I just be laughing. I'm like, I see right through all that. But
Mhm.
but nevertheless,
When you say condescending spirit, you mean they're acting like they're better than everybody else?
they're acting like what they're using on us is something that they're fooling us with. Like we can laugh in their face and throw this at them, and they're gonna believe us. Or
Oh yeah.
we
I
can
call it
say,
mass manipulation.
yeah, of course it is manipulation, but that
Mhm.
condescending, they think they're conning their own audience and their own supporters too.
They
See,
are.
Right.
They're using
let
reverse
me
psychology on them, but we
right,
see through that.
right. Let me go over here and I call them crisis actors. They're crisis actors.
Ooh,
Mhm.
They're
amen.
throwing their crisis out
Ooh.
on their supporters,
Yes.
Let me just play this role today. Let me play
I
this
Mm,
like
role
that.
tomorrow. Let me
Mm,
see if this works for my audience.
mm.
They don't care nothing
Yes.
about their supporters.
And don't forget, they
exactly.
got they got Jeannie playing Miri over there, so she right along with them.
Oh, and she is the one of the worst. They are the same spirit.
She
Believe
kills
me, when
me.
spirits attract spirits, they attract spirits, baby. Birds of a feather flock together. All this you want to play out.
Absolutely.
It
That
it
part.
works. You can believe in old time ways if you want to or you not, but I believe in them. My grandmother would say that spirits attract spirits, so be careful who you flock with. But
That's true.
they carry that spirit real heavily. That entire
Hmm.
family do. Well, the three. I continue to say the three. Um, I continue to say the three. Those three people carry that condescending spirit and they have that crisis actor spirit. They know
Hmm.
when to come in and make you feel sorry for them. Well, some people who fall for that, they
Hmm.
know when to
Yes.
come in and show you they 10 toes down for what they believe in. Then they'll come in and they want to act like they love you.
Yes.
You
Hmm.
know,
Yes.
what is
She just
that?
broke.
What is
That
that? Who
sounds just
can't
like
see?
Toya all the way.
Right, right.
Yes.
Hi, good morning, kings and queens. And the next thing you might be some bees and some witches and some other things. And then
Y'all
the
Yes.
ain't
next
no y'all ain't no damn supporters.
I ain't got,
Yes.
I
Oh
ain't
my
got nothing for y'all.
goodness.
Y'all think y'all Hollywood. Y'all think y'all Hollywood today.
Y'all
I'm
can't send no
peeping.
stars. Y'all ain't no supporters.
So,
you
so
know,
they and you know who else does that though? Robert. He
I'm
does that too.
Yep, he
notorious.
does. He
He
does
said, "Hey,
that.
Notorious
ladies. Hey,
for it.
queens." And then he said, "I'm trying to teach y'all something. Y'all don't know nothing about this. I'm trying to teach y'all."
He
And
is notorious for that, Maria.
yes, he
And
taught,
let me tell you what it's.
and the supporters don't even catch it.
They don't. They took. Let me tell. I'm gonna speak on them in a minute. But let me tell you, that guy is notorious for it because he has used that condescending spirit through this whole ordeal. He
Yes,
also used that on Brianna, and see, Brianna
yes,
saw through that. He hate that she woke up, baby. He
yes,
hate that she woke up. And I
yes,
just want to say to the people, I wish they would leave her alone. I wish they would let her turn over her new leaf. Whether
yes.
you like the way she's doing it or not, it's her life.
That's
It's
right.
her life.
Yep.
See, what they don't want to see is her be successful, but she's going to be because she has a mindset to do so. When you've gone, well, you have to be done gone through what she's gone through. I can't imagine that young woman losing her mother and then
Right.
having to learn how to fling and fight for herself at 23 years old.
Yes.
Didn't know which way to go. Already was a mother of three. You don't know that feeling, baby. That was a
Oh
young
Lord,
mother.
she probably
You
thought
don't
she
know.
lost everything.
Yes, she
You know what I
did.
mean?
You
She probably
know,
felt like she lost her lifeline. You know what I
you can
mean? That's
tell
your
how much
mom.
she loved
Somebody
her.
that's there helping you with your kids and now they gone.
Right. And you know she loved her mother and her mother loved her. You can see it. You know, it's
Hmm.
embellished in her. You can see how she loved her father. You know, it's in her. But at the same time,
Mm,
they're going to keep on trying to fight the battle in the wrong way for her. They
right.
think they're doing some damage, but she
Yeah.
really can't damage her no more than she's already been damaged. Lord Jesus, how can we express that? People need to back off. They think you can damage you really think you can damage her any more than she's been damaged? Do they really think
Mm-mm.
so? Of course, yes, she's tired of it. Who wouldn't get tired of the rah-rah? Who wouldn't get tired of the people just making up stories? You know,
Yeah.
you leave out
And
one.
pointing out flaws. Like who my thing is who compares, like somebody said yesterday, she got a big old foot. My foot ain't that big, this, that, and the other. Why are you comparing your
Woo,
characteristics with hers?
baby,
She's never not one time came on here and said, I look good and y'all don't. She ain't never said nothing like that.
never. And
Like
she
they
love.
sit there and pick her apart and talk about her, the way she talked, the way she looked, the way she act, the way she
I don't
smelled, the
like
way
the way
she.
she say children. Who does that? I don't like the way she say children. Who would even think of that? I mean, that had never even entered in my
But they
mindset.
don't like it, but they watch her. I don't get that part.
I don't either. I don't either.
They
For
don't
the
they don't like her, but they watch her. They watch her just so they can have someone to talk
To
about. But
talk
I was
about.
taught when I was younger, then I'm gonna let you start back because I cut you off. I was taught when I was younger that people talk about you because they want you have something that they
They
like.
envy you.
They
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 envy
envy.
envy
you.
you.
Yes.
I told you that yesterday, more.
They
They
envy
envy
you.
her.
Hmm.
They
But I
can't
went
hate
through that.
somebody they don't know. You can't hate somebody you don't know. They envy
I
Right.
her.
went through that. I went through that in my childhood, adolescent years, and
Hmm.
probably even in my adult years, because I'm a heavy set lady.
Hmm.
I'm 5 foot. I'm 5'11". I
Hmm.
wear a size 13 shoe. To the world of Facebook, YouTube, I wear a size 13 shoe, and I can put, and I don't mind putting this foot up somebody. You think you want to mess with Brianna feet? Don't come over here and mess with this double wide size 13, baby. You're gonna feel something with me. You're gonna feel something. You're gonna feel the wrap. You're gonna feel a wrap of Bigfoot, okay? But
I
at the
love
end of the
it.
day, at the end of the day, I am just so
Oh
sick
my
and
God.
tired of the Reddit. You know, the Reddit.
Me
They always making up
too.
stuff. Every day they making up something. You
Uh-huh.
know, they
Preach it, Miss Catherine. Preach
it's
it, Miss Catherine.
it's
Preach it.
everything, Come on, women. When we gonna warm it up? Let's warm it up just a little bit. Let this woman breathe. Let her go on. This man didn't bring everything to her pocket. He didn't bring everything to her life. He did not
Mhm.
make her. She was made from her mother's womb by God.
Yes.
Oh,
Please
can
let
you
this
say
go.
that again? Because I'm sick of hearing that he
You
made her.
know,
He did not make her.
So let's say this right here, Miss Lady. Okay, just like Robert learned how to, I don't. Robert learned how to use the internet. He turned around. Somebody taught him how to use it. Okay, he turned around and he taught a few more. He taught his brother how to use it. He taught his sister how to use it. Okay, he taught a little platform that he was too dumb to see. He had a gift that he probably could have made some extra money off of if he'd have
Mm.
went and made it a digital app where he could teach people how to be content creators if that's what he wanted to
Right.
do. He could have
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
been making even more money, but you want to antagonize that you show Bree one thing or two steps how to get on the internet and make money. Okay, you done taught
Mhm.
Jelly Bean Eyes over there how to do it. Um, you done taught your sister and little man how to do it. You done taught your
Mhm.
brother with two concubines how to do it.
Mhm.
What more do you want? You did not teach Bree how to use her brain. Her brain come from God.
Right.
He
Her
didn't make her
brain was
right.
there and it was already discovered by God. Whatever she learned, because guess what? You can put a book in front of me all day long. If I don't read it, I ain't gonna learn nothing.
I ain't gonna learn
Right.
nothing.
You can bring me to the water. If I don't drink, I ain't gonna get no more. Ooh, I almost said something. I can't fulfill my thirst. So don't come with me with that. These women need to back off. I mean, every time, what they hate the most is that we are a teachable platform. We are teaching women self-respect and self-love. They need to back
Right.
off with that hatred.
Mm-hmm.
They study bringing envious into this thing. They study bringing hatred
Mhm.
into it. They study bringing jealousy. Every time one of them little ants fall off, here come another one picking up
Mhm.
the slack. Let me see what I can stab her about today. I mean, that's
Right.
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy to me. But my thing, what I wanted to say today was, we was talking about mental health and mental abuse, but
Right.
a lot of women on this platform that is attacking Brianna have been through all that all their lives and they have never
Mm-hmm.
gotten help for it. So that's why they feel so good attacking her because they've been attacked and talked about and bullied all their life and it's a norm for them. They think it's
And
normal. It's normal to talk
Catherine,
about. It's normal to talk about a woman this way. It's normal for me to say what I'm saying to her when in reality they need to be on somebody's couch because I went and got my therapy
Which
because I
means they
came
never
from
got the help they needed. You right.
exactly. I
but you
came
know
from
what else,
child
lady?
trauma.
I think another thing that you the caveat on what you just said, I think that theirs may have been worse than hers, right?
Of
So they're
course.
judging the level of it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because
Mm-hmm.
majority of them have said they've been through it. So they're looking at, wait a minute. She's saying the little things that he did was DV. Man, my dude did this to me, 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 and I'm still with him. Do you understand what I'm trying
You
to
know
say?
what? If you listen to them in the beginning,
Woo,
right? if you listen to them and all their videos, the first thing they stated is, "Oh, when this story first came out, I was going with the wife. I was agreeing with the wife. So what?
Yes.
I was
But
agreeing.
the
I was
minute he
this is
came in with a
yep,
standard of a lie, saying
yep,
that he didn't do it and never took accountability, and when she came back and tried to save face, because we're not going to forget this woman did love the man. She was trying to still protect the man and
yep.
herself and her children. Who
And
Mhm.
wouldn't? She
who
actually thought
wouldn't?
that she still had a chance to save her marriage. That's what she thought she
And
had.
she actually
Right.
said it herself, even after she came to her platform and said what he did to her. She tried to work it out. She
Yes.
tried.
She
She
wanted him to
tried.
she wanted him to go to counseling.
She did. And he
She
refused that.
tried, and he refused.
Well,
Doctor,
they were going to counseling, and because the counselor actually told him, I can't get to him because in counseling, he would get upset. He wouldn't even want to admit things in counseling, and when they would come home, they would actually have arguments about it because it was things that he didn't want her to bring up in counseling. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Hmm.
right. He
That's
wanted her
like
to
when they
box
were
it
sitting
up.
on them stairs. I seen you broke that video down there sitting on the stairs. When they were sitting on, maybe it wasn't on the stairs. Maybe it was when they in the restaurant eating, and he like, "Oh, look, they say you not smiling." He gonna nudge her like, "You need to smile. Look, they say you not smiling." Like he tried to make her do what he want her to do. Like it's a controlling thing. It's a
Mm.
Right. He
controlling
said,
thing.
matter of fact, he said she never smiles. Oh, she never
Yeah,
smiles
she never smiled. Won't you
unless
smile for the people? That's exactly what was said.
it takes a lot for her to smile, even for me to
But
make
she's
her smile.
smiling every day. Okay,
He
I
Baby,
wanted
done
a
I,
seen
king
all
for
of
the
I was like, that's a lie. I was like, that's a lie.
he
this
wanted her to
person
king for the camera,
violent.
like perform for the camera, like she's somebody's darn circus monkey.
Yup, and then he like, oh, get some of your peoples over here. Like all of that was for show. All that so she want no,
It
I
was.
don't believe Bree wanted to make it a skit. You wanted to make it a skit.
Yeah, he wanted
You
to make it a
wanted it to
skit.
be a skit.
But do you know the people across the street actually said him wanting it to, him coming out saying it was a skit was him saving her?
Yup, he saved her. I seen that video. Yes,
They
ma'am, I seen
said
that.
he saved her. He was
But
trying to save her.
let's flip the table. Her coming back on the camera saying no, he didn't physically abuse me. Was her saving him? That's who was saving who.
And she
Okay,
said
she was
that,
trying to save
and she
him.
backed that up when she did her public apology on that platform when it was six people, with two for, it was five people, her and three other people, on that platform where she said, this is what taking accountability is to my husband. She named about 7 or 8 different things that she said where she could be take accountability for, and he would never admit to nothing but saying, I spoiled my wife.
I spoiled my wife. I spoiled my wife. And then he turned around and said Brianna paid them people to go on that to say that about him.
Condescending. There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Brianna paid
Everything,
them people
if
to
y'all
because
will look
but
at it,
he said in the beginning they was on his side. Then they just turned because Brianna's screen went off.
well, he
The
said
next
the
thing
same
you
thing
know,
about
they
Tasha
just
K. He
turned.
said the same thing about Tasha K in the beginning because she was all on Brianna's side too, but they tainted it. If you look at how
Hmm.
things started out from the beginning, everybody did see it from Brianna's point of view
They
and knew
did.
it was true. Nobody can convince me if it was true or not. I said it was true, and I've been standing on it that it's true to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
What made it tainted was everybody saw first, second a dollar sign. Second,
Hello.
they knew they could bring Robert in it, and they knew it could be a battle. When you can battle with
Hello.
two people and you think you can get away with it and it can make you a dollar, a devil will turn on you, baby, like the snake in the streets. They didn't care about that
Hmm.
young girl, what she really went through. And we know he didn't care because he didn't care about nothing but covering his image. It was all about his image. He didn't care about what he had put Brianna through. I saw through that when he bust through them doors and he said, I'm gonna torment you. I'm gonna torment you. That's what he been trying to do ever since then. He been tormented her ever since he met
That's
her.
what he's been
But do
doing
you
for
know
the
what the
past
people
6
on the
years.
other side of the street said about that? He wouldn't have had to bust through the door if she would have opened it.
So she was supposed to open the door and let him come in with her and her baby in there and beat on her, right? So she was in the room with her baby, with the door locked, with her baby. Now I've been through this
Trying to stay
situation,
safe
okay?
and
One
trying to
lady
stay
I've
out
been
of
said,
his
through this
face.
situation.
one lady
She got
said,
out of the way. She got out of his way because she know what can happen. Even with
yes.
her baby, she got away. And he came to where she was at.
And one lady said this, y'all. One lady said, she don't listen to this, y'all. One lady said, when she said this, it just made me really, really sad in my heart to hear another black woman say this. This black woman, and she sounded older. She sounded like she was older than me. She said she don't have no business locking no doors in that house that he pay bills at.
But that
You
What?
wasn't
tell
his
me,
house.
you tell me if that ain't some type of childhood trauma or
Mm,
something. She
hmm.
don't have no business locking the door where this
So
this man pay bills
when
at.
you go, I don't know, maybe they never been to couples therapy. So when you go to couples therapy, in couples therapy, one of the things they tell you to do is get away from each other.
Well, if the police come to your house,
They
they
gonna tell
will
you to
tell
get away
you
from each other.
to separate. One person need to either leave or go to another place and
Go
stay
to
with a
another
relative
room.
or go in another part of the house if you feel like it's safe. But now she undoubtedly didn't feel safe. Why would you lock a door? You only lock a door if you don't feel safe, right?
Correct.
Right. So you're not supposed to try to get away from your abuser. You're supposed to sit there and let your abuser abuse you. It doesn't, maybe at that time, no, he wasn't physically, but she's supposed to stand there and let him emotionally, verbally, and then in front of her children. She took baby Amora away. So if baby Amora was in the house, I'm sure the other three was in the house. So she took baby Amora, so all of them wouldn't be around at the time that it was going on. And he still came where she was at with the baby. Then you bust the door down. So I don't see how they feel she was wrong. Now, if she was still there holding the baby, antagonizing the situation, hands all up in his face, yelling and screaming, then she's wrong. But she took her baby and she got away from the situation.
And
Let me
another lady said, another lady, y'all have to go listen to this foolishness. I mean, if you can stomach it. But another lady said he should have bust through that door and beat her down. He should have
I
beat her
read
Oh,
that.
down
Jesus.
for locking that door. He should have beat her down. And even, we ain't gonna mention no names, but y'all know who I'm talking about. The one Terry, the one that went off on you. She has said multiple times on her
That's ooh,
platform
I know who
that
you're
he
talking
should.
about.
Wait, no,
That
no,
he,
no. You got to
mm,
say it right. That was a terroristic threat,
Yeah,
honey.
the one that made the terroristic threat against you said that he should have beat her down. So you've heard so many women on that side that said that this man should have beat her
I,
down is what they
his own
said.
brother said he don't know if he would be able to take it.
Well, and let me back up what Catherine was saying. Uh, I know what you were saying, Miss Catherine, about that situation, and I don't listen to any of their lives either. I can't do it. I don't listen to them. So when you say how they fabricate situations, that's what they do. They fabricate situations, and it's something that they envy. They hate what they covet. So it must
Mhm.
be something about me that's drawing this person to me because I don't address that person, never have, didn't say anything about that person, but they keep coming after me.
I,
And
I was shocked about that. I'm like, what in the world is she attacking her with those terroristic threats like that for? And I've never heard you say nothing other than that one day when she was on the panel with us. You said what you said to her, and she never did. I don't know if she offered up a real apology. She wanted to talk about you being from where you from. I was
oh
like,
yeah. Oh yeah. And that's another thing. You can tell that person is not really from here because didn't really name the real hoods around here. So that's why I'm not I'm not worried anyway because I know who I am and she don't really know who my family is. So that's not a big deal. But I got to worry about I still have a son that I'm raising and I have a granddaughter. So I'm going to protect my nest. But
As
when
you
you
should.
grown, you do things like grown people do. And when you
Mm-hmm.
got something to lose, you do things in order.
Well, I
So
guess that's the part that I'm so eager to get an answer to if someone can find it. Where do all that come from out of these two people's divorce proceedings? Why are these
Exactly.
people attacking complete strangers now? Nobody
hey
knows
Nima,
nobody, first and foremost. Why do they come out the hat like that? Where does it illuminate from? I guess that's the question. Where does this buildup come from? Making up names, calling people names, saying terroristic threats out the blue like that. You just go down the line and pick a name. Oh, I'm gonna cuss her out today. Oh, I'm gonna call her out kind of names today. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do this today. But now I
They do
understand if you
though.
done
They
did it
really
to
do.
you done did it to Amaria the way you was doing it, the way y'all did, and then Amaria came back with her comeback. Yeah, that's understandable. I'm gonna come back with some comeback too if they ever jump off on my name. But I know a few of them been picking, but they won't come for me because I lay it back on them so quick. They gone on and gone about their business, Because I told y'all I'm trying to change, but I got a real good flip mouth. But it's
oh
this
yeah,
right here.
God been working on me, Miss Catherine, and T even said keep it cute, and
Keep it cute,
uh,
baby. Keep it
and
cute.
Keep
and
it cute.
and I've been advised, like, and it's like, why, I'm like, what, when things aren't important to me, I don't care,
You don't
when
address
you
it.
know who you when you know who you are. It's like I don't do a whole lot of talking. I'm action. I don't do a whole lot of talking.
Hello, baby. Say that
Hey,
again.
hey,
Clearly.
I don't mean to
Okay.
interrupt y'all, but this comment right here, C. Baldwin just made it. We never talked about this, and it makes sense. So, C. Baldwin said, if the only thing he did was spoil her, I want to know what Kevin took her side on because he said he took her side most of the time.
We asked Kevin that
Exactly.
So
already.
that must
Amor,
mean that
we
he
asked
did something
Kevin.
that wasn't cool.
We
Hello.
asked,
They're the
remember
answer
we
in the
asked
pot.
Kevin that. We asked him. We
Yeah, but
asked
why the
Kevin
other
that.
side of the street? I haven't said, well, wait a minute. What is it that Kevin took her side on?
Side on. Exactly. Exactly. What did he take up? And I said that yesterday. He kept saying, "Oh, I counseled them because I wanted them to stay together. I didn't want them to separate. I wanted them to stay together. So why? What was it? What was Robert
And if
doing?
he
Why he
wanted
had to keep counseling him?
and if he wanted them to stay together, why did he come back and say that when she got him locked up, not locked up, but put on probation for a year, that he told Robert, I don't want you to be with her, but Robert went against him. Do you understand what I'm saying? Did y'all remember that? So do you
Mm-hmm.
remember he said that he wanted them to stay together, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, he said because the probation thing happened early on in their relationship, right? He said
Mm-hmm.
that when that happened, he told Robert, "You shouldn't be with her," or whatever the case. He said this on Chatty Catty
Yep.
panel. Said that I didn't want him with her, and that harmed their relationship, him and his brother relationship. Remember, he said we
Yep.
didn't hardly talk at all, and he tried to make it seem like it was because of Brianna. He didn't want him to be with Brianna, so he's contradicting himself.
Right. But he literally has said he counseled them. He never wanted them apart. He never wanted them apart. So which
I
one, like
thought
you
he was
said, which
always
one is
on.
it? He
He
was
that's
always
what
on
he
Bree's side. He said he was
right.
always
That's
on
what
Bree's
he said.
side.
He said I was
His best
always on
words,
her
I was
side.
on Bree's side.
So that tells you
Exactly.
that it was something going on other than a lady being spoiled. So what did you do in that household to make your brother say he was always on Brianna's side? Because you
What
had to
Tanya
be doing something.
What Tanya said, he took her side. He took her side on RH being wrong and not coming home, etc. But
Oh,
I'm here to tell you that's not what it all was.
That's
It was
not what it is. Nah,
no,
it
because
was deeper than that.
He
He
knew
was
about the name
counseling
calling, he
them.
knew about the kicking, and he knew about the dragging.
Exactly. He was counseling them. He knew he had one-on-one counseling. So if you think Bree gonna come to her platform and tell us what was really going on, but she's not gonna go tell the counselor what's really going on. Bree told this man what was going on. He know what was going on. Just like I said, the Sharia know what was going on in that house. Kevin know what the heck was going on in that house.
And those babies know what went on
And
in
them
that house.
babies know what went on in that house.
And so does Robert. He know what he did in that house.
And
Exactly.
Dawn.
They know. They know. Oh, Dawn. We all know Dawn know. We all know that Dawn know. And they hate, and you know, it's so sad. And they hate that Dawn is sticking close to this woman. They hate that for Dawn. They
Mm-hmm.
want Dawn against her like the rest of them. They really do. But why should Dawn be against the truth? We know who against the truth and who's not against the truth.
And do
Well,
you
I'm gonna
remember
keep it
how
real.
he tried to downplay the tote? He said, "Come on, y'all. Now this tote weigh less than 1 pound. Now, y'all, come on now. This tote weigh less
Oh,
than
speaking of
1 pound."
downplay, did you see them do the did you see them react the video when she was kicking Robert out about um when she did it was a video, she was packing his clothes, he was in the closet and he was recording her. And something about adopting her kids.
Yeah, I seen that video that he
So the
lied.
up so no, but the upper auntie, whatever the heck her name is, she did a reenacting of it. She was acting like she was Bree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she was acting like she was Bree, and she was like, "So you're not gonna adopt my kids?" And she like taking the clothes out the closet. So you really not gonna adopt my kids?
Let me tell you something about that situation. Um, I've asked Brianna that. She said, no, that's not what that argument was about. We don't know. We wasn't in the house. We don't know if, because some people said, because she said, or they good or whatever, that she was agreeing that he was, that let me just say it like this. I know when Robert is recording, he say things that's not always correct. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like the stop hitting me, stop hitting me, stop hitting me. She wasn't hitting him, but he would say that because he's recording. You understand what I'm saying? And
Right.
just like, oh,
Exactly.
you just mad because I want to adopt your kids. That could have not even been the case, but he say that because he know Brianna is just gonna say or whatever. She's not gonna be like, I ain't never told you that, this, that, and the other. She's not gonna argue back with him. But anyway, let me just say this. Let me say this. If and let me use my relationship. Let me use my relationship. If my husband, if he married me with 3 kids and my kids' father wasn't in their life physically or financially, my husband would have said to me, is it okay if I adopt those kids? Do you understand what I'm saying? My husband would have took the lead and said, is it okay if I adopt those kids? He wouldn't be saying, you mad because I wouldn't adopt your kids. Most
Right.
men
Mhm.
that's in the relationship with a woman that has children, that is dealing with an absent parent, you don't even have to say, hey babe, will you adopt my kids? They're gonna say, is it okay if I adopt the kids? Because when they took you, they took those kids. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
Well, I knew all that was a lie because remember she said, not to cut you off, Amari. I just had to throw this in so you
no,
can
you
talk
okay?
about it. You remember she said she had to keep it a secret communicating with the children's father.
Yes, yes, she did.
So that means Brianna and the children's father already had a good understanding.
They did, and that's why I don't believe. That's why I really do not believe she wanted him to adopt those
Oh,
kids.
I can believe that.
And I don't think she wanted him to adopt the kids because it's not like the abuse verbally, emotionally, and physically started. It's not like it waited 3-4 years to start. It started within the first 3 months of them knowing each other. So I doubt if she asked him to adopt the kids, she was having second thoughts real early. It's a text message out there, y'all. You have to go on Instagram to find it. I don't know if Sly Sleuth have it on her page or not. They got married in 2016. In 2017, she was already saying her marriage was in trouble. So do you
Exactly.
think that she asked this man to adopt her kids when in 2017 she was already saying her marriage was in trouble.
She was
Well,
already
she
her
ain't
best
mess with that
friend.
man. She ain't want
Deshaun
that
would have
man.
to Deshaun would have to sign away his rights to those kids for him to adopt those kids
Exactly.
anyway. And Deshaun
Exactly.
would not do that.
But did
No,
you like the way that man interact with his kids? He loves his kids, and like she said, he's not signing his rights over to no Robert.
but I go back to what you just said, Amara, and I'm gonna kind of. I know we got somebody else on the panel. That condescending spirit, I've seen it before. I've
Mhm.
seen it come from a male point of view and a female point of view. I've seen a male make up in the windows in a fight to pretend like the woman was doing this and that. I've seen the woman make up in the windows on the male to pretend like he was doing this and that, and when all of it was fabricated, none of it was true. So yes,
Mm-hmm.
I believe he was screaming, "Stop hitting me! Stop hitting me!" That was fake. Cause what? How? If she was hitting you, why you didn't record it? It should have been recorded. See,
Right.
Yeah,
You
we
should have
should have
showed them.
seen it.
We should have seen them hit. We should have seen no ground, or
we
you.
seen
And
you
then you
recorded her
saying
knocking
it,
the head off your head. You
but
recorded her knocking the head
then
off
you
your
saying
head.
stop hitting me while you grabbing the camera. So you grabbing the camera saying stop hitting me. You gonna grab that camera and put it on her. Stop hitting me. Show us how she's hitting you.
Right.
Why didn't the camera fall?
And the people across the street said, you heard him saying, stop hitting me, stop hitting me. So that means she was hitting him. But the camera was right there. The only thing that it showed is she knocked his hat off his head. But they were like, but we heard him say, stop hitting me, stop hitting me. And the reason why they're saying that, because they don't know what type of man he really is. They don't understand his real makeup. They think that everything that come out of his mouth is truth because his name is Latruth. He named himself.
Mm-hmm.
Look like
Mm-hmm.
He narrates the videos to manipulate the video.
exactly,
Absolutely.
Miss Terry. You took it out of my mouth. He manipulates every video. It when he let me tell you, when that guy saw that Brianna had already recorded enough of him, he had to come back. See, he didn't know. He had to come back with his recordings to make it look better or try to
Mm-hmm.
make it look worse.
But that's the thing. His recorders didn't come out till his phone got lost to LS.
Right.
He still don't know what other.
That's when them videos came out. When his phone
Amara,
got
he
lost to
still don't know
LS,
what she got. He still don't know what she got.
That's he
Amora,
absolutely do not know, and that's
I
why he have his
listen.
people. He go to Sage in the City and make comments like, she's not supposed to be sharing personal stuff between the two. She don't realize that that's a violation of a divorce. What?
You know
For
how you
when
go
did
to
freedom
you
of
know how you
speech
go to
become
the
a violation?
you know how you go to the post office and you mail that letter off and that last part is that stamp. Put that stamp on. Just wait till she put the stamp on this letter. They all gonna shut up.
I'm just so ready for it to come.
Me and you both. Me and you both.
I ain't never been so ready for an Excel party. At first I was
Oh,
strapped to this. I was like, maybe they can get this fixed back, but this is not fixable. This is not fixable.
it's not fixable.
Oh, absolutely not. It is
What
not.
was
He's done too much. They
what
Yeah,
both
was that
done
that
too much.
came
If you
out
ask me,
today?
she's done too much and he's done too much. They
What was
it,
both
that
have
that
done
came
too much.
it's
came out
over. It's
today that
over.
said something was granted today, today's date? Because
They
I haven't
said
been keeping up.
it was his divorce. They said that his
Yeah.
lawyer got a to continuance or something like that. It was granted today.
Another continuance.
They posted on it's on stage page. It's something about the divorce.
What
I
he's
wouldn't
using,
believe.
what
I
he's,
wouldn't. Go ahead. Go ahead.
what I think he's using, I could be wrong, Amoria, Miss Terry. What he's using in the divorce decree, what I read on yesterday, I hadn't seen the part for today. I seen it was dated August 8th, 2023. Um, about getting the response back from
Your
the other
lawyer.
side.
Okay, that's what I was talking about. Okay, yeah, I was talking about that. Yeah.
Okay, they studied talking about it wasn't about the financials. Yes, it was about the financials. She he would not turn his in for the longest. Okay, when he did go back, so you can always get your attorney to even send back another appeal for anything that you submit. he didn't have to. He still don't have to turn in his financials. He haven't turned them in because he don't want to pay that child support, right? Okay. The thing about it is, every time his attorney sends something to Bree's attorney and it doesn't fulfill what Bree is asking for, that put a stagnation on the divorce, right? So he thinks that when they did send this last letter back to say this is what he want in the divorce on his behalf, if Miss Brianna still not agreeing to it, then he want to say, oh, she not signing. She not signing.
Mm-hmm. Because
Signing.
you always sending back some bullshit. But according to Jeannie told us, let me relay this message to you ladies. Jeannie said instead of us worrying about Robert paying child support, we need to start a GoFundMe for Brianna. All her millionaire and billionaires over here. Start
Oh,
Brianna a GoFundMe so she could take care of baby and more. Because Robert don't need to take care of his responsibilities. We do.
Why would she say that?
On her live, anybody on this live right now, watch Jeannie live right last night. Did she not say we need to start Brianna a GoFundMe for baby Amora?
She probably was being funny. But I'm gonna
Oh,
tell you,
she said it over and over. She was being dead serious because, like she said, we so busy worrying about her internet brother pockets. We need to worry about
oh,
her
she's saying that
pockets.
she's saying that we as the
We,
supporters
as her
should take
supporters,
care of baby Amore, not
we,
Robert.
yes, we should start baby Amora, her supporters, since we support Brianna. We as her supporters,
Wow.
look. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Wow. So
Yes,
so
she
I
they
can't
did.
see.
tolerate her that long. So I saw pictures, but I didn't stay on
But you
her.
know what? Let me tell y'all this. Let me tell y'all this. Y'all do know right now, we were talking about earlier emotional intelligence. Right now, she's in her feelings. And she's in
Mm.
her feelings because I think that she low key really wanted
Want
something with him.
Robert? I think so too.
And now that he's moved on with whoever he's with, I think she's feeling some type of way. That's why she said that she would no longer talk about his past, i.e., meaning his wife, on his page out of respect for his new woman. That's what she said.
But wait, her profile picture is Robert and his new woman.
No,
That's her
profile
profile picture.
Robert and her when I last looked.
Oh, no, honey, she changed it today. It's Robert and his new woman on their last
Oh,
date.
oh, okay. So she weird to me. That's a
She's
weird one.
mad weird.
She
I
want
don't know how
clout.
y'all can watch her. She cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
I
I
can't
can't.
either, Miss Terry. That's why I finna say I did catch some of that, Miss Lady, that you just said, but I can't tolerate her because you know why?
I go in and out on her because I just go in, crack jokes on her, and then come out because she's funny. Especially when she started choking up. She, hold on, let me take a drink. Hold
Oh,
on.
yeah, big tongue, big tongue. I
That's the
wish to be
fire.
good to
That's
her.
the fires from hell coming up on her. That's what it is. Because I told y'all she's a serpent.
I told her last night. I said, take a breath. You're gonna choke again. Calm
I just want
down.
I just want to say one thing about mental abuse, and I'm mental anguish and all that. And I'm gonna get off this part and let I see we got somebody else. When Miss Terry and Amaria touched on that earlier, I want to just take it back down, retract back to what happened to me, and then I'm gonna leave this panel and let somebody else talk. I say this. I was abused starting out when I was 5 years old, sexually abused and molested. Okay, it went on. I blame my mother for that because she sold me as a child. I never addressed it to her face to face, but she knows about it and she know I know about it. Do I still talk to my mother to this day? Yes, I do. Do I still have a deep love in my heart for my mother? It's a love there that come from God that I can't remove. Okay, so do I get angry about it still in life? Yes, I do. We're moving on past that because I'm a survivor now. I'm not a victim. I saw my father abuse my mother. She got out of that marriage, but I think she hated me because I was my father's child, and that's why she did what she did to me. Moving on along, she remarried in life. She married a second abuser. When I was 15, he abused her and he abused us. He tried to come to me and my brothers in a sexual way, and he attacked us and beat us as he beat her. Okay, we took up for our mother in the household. We all would jump him, he would jump us and our mother. So moving on along, by the time I was 18, I came from 16 to 6 from 16 to 18, I was removed out of my mother's house because I was afraid that he was going to do something to me. I kept telling my aunties that he was going to kill us because in my mind, I thought he was. So I went and stayed with my aunt and my grandparents. Well, when I became 16 to 17 or 18 in high school, I created a real bad attitude. So I became a bad child in school. And kind of remind me of the conversation you was having yesterday with your person on the other panel, but I'm moving
Mhm.
fast.
No,
Okay,
hey,
so
let me ask you this, Catherine. I'm sorry. Was you the one that was supposed to be talking about your childhood story?
I did, but I missed it.
No, no, no. It's supposed to be today.
Oh, was it for today?
Yeah, today. So can we do this? I know this might sound real weird. Can we end this live and start right back up? Because I want this under the childhood trauma video. I don't want it up
Okay,
under this one. Is that
okay,
okay, everybody?
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah, I'll
Yeah,
save it. But
because I was expecting you to come because it was supposed to start at 5. It's a little late. It's 5:17. Y'all don't kill me. But I would like to end this one because I don't want those videos us talking about the Latruth
Wait,
stuff.
D saying no, it's her at 8.
Oh,
Oh, she said wait, it's her at 8:30. But
well,
you
it may
want me
not
to
be me.
okay,
Was
okay,
I supposed
okay.
to sign up with you or something tomorrow?
Yeah, so on Mondays and Wednesday we do childhood trauma
No, no,
stories.
no, no, I didn't sign up like that. No, we talked in the beginning. Remember when you first started the platform?
Uh-huh.
Uh, I was one of your first interviewers about domestic violence abuse in my marriage. And then you said, I want to bring you back
Right.
uh, for your childhood trauma when I get everything to going. So, no, I haven't signed up for anything yet. But I'll
Okay,
squat.
but is it okay if we just end this? I would like to have that on. And the reason being is because we're gonna share these videos in the domestic violence group
Okay.
of Brianna. So I don't want that to be talking about all the other stuff. Is that okay, ladies?
Oh, that's
yeah.
fine.
Okay,
But
we're
I
gonna end this and
just
come right back. It's gonna say childhood trauma episode 2, okay?
so do we
Oh,
stay up
I'm
here?
sorry, I was off the live. What happened?
I'm gonna end this video and we're gonna come right back with the childhood trauma because I'm supposed to have been on 19 minutes ago.
Okay.
Okay.
So do we stay up here?
No, no, no. I'm gonna end this and you're gonna have to come back into the studio.
Okay then.
Okay, so she gonna start a whole nother one. Okay.
I'm gonna start a whole nother one. And then if y'all want to pick up and talk about other stuff after that segment, we can come back live and do that one. But I want these videos right here. I wish it was a way that I could cut it out, but I don't know how yet. But I want these videos to be shared and you know what I mean to the people that it really needs it. Okay.
That it's gonna
Absolutely.
touch. I need to hear it. Yes.
Okay, so let's log off and log right back on. I have to form the link again, and then y'all will see me come right back live. Okay.
All
Okay.
Okay.
right, ladies.
Okay. All right.
All
Thanks.
right, lady.
Okay. Bye bye.